Good morning. I'm Chris Wessels with MTB Trail Review. Today we're in Temecula, California, getting ready to go ride at Vail Lake. Before we get going, a quick gear check. This morning I'm going to be riding my Trek /98 Enduro bike, which is a great choice for this ride because it's all Enduro with a little bit of cross country thrown in. I have my half helmet. This is definitely a full face optional ride. When you're doing some of the gnarlier enduro lines, they get steep, loose, and fast, and a full face would not be a bad idea. I would say knee pads are highly recommended. I'm going with my Troy Lee Design Speed knee pads, more of an XC pad just because there is a lot of pedaling, but they're going to provide me enough protection if and when I do go down. Got my Tasco gloves, which you guys know I love, and my ever-present fanny pack. So this is a ride where if you don't want to be on the mountain the entire day, you can actually come back to the truck pretty easily to restock water, supplies, whatever it is else that you would have in your pack, and just lighten your load a little bit. So I'm going to carry one bottle today, come back to the truck as needed to refill it, and then we'll go from there. So we're going to get started here in just a few minutes. We're gearing up, locked up, we're good to go. Alright, so we're rolling here. A couple need-to-knows at Vail Lake. After you check in, make sure you pull into the lot on your left and park there. They don't like it if you park elsewhere. And then you can pull into the single track right here. It's marked very well. You can see the sign that says mountain bike trails. So we got a quick little single track into a quick climb, and then that'll put us into the main part of the mountain. This area is super sandy, so unless they've had some recent rain, be ready for that, especially right here. It's basically a sand pit. I would take this area easy. It's a nice little warm-up, especially if you're going to be going straight into the enduro stuff. No sense in blowing your load here. So this is very much an enduro place. There's a fire road, which we'll be starting on, that will give you access to all of the enduro lines. There's also some cross-country stuff at the bottom, as well as a jump line, which is our primary destination today. I'll be helping my buddy Alex with his jumping. Yeah. I'm working on my jumping too. My jumping's okay, but it's not best, but it could be.
Coming up on the climb?
What's that?
Are we coming up on the climb here?
A little climb here. Yeah, this one's quick. And that's our first climb. All right, so quick little downhill. There's little trails you can pop into. They'll all bring you out of the bottom. I usually skip them, but if you want to add some miles to your ride, do them. They're fun. Definitely not the best that Vail has to offer, but they're fun. So we are going to drop into some single track, then double track, then hit a nice fire road climb. And as I said earlier, that fire road will give you access to all the enduro lines. So here's fire road number 1. On this for a second. And then we want to head into the hills over here. So the first chance you get, start heading that direction. Fire road number 2. And I'm going to stop here for just a second. To fire road number 3. So here, to access the Enduro, take a left, and this is the main fire road climb at Vail. If you want to access more of the cross-country stuff, take a right, and that'll bring you into the little foothills. And there's just miles and miles of cross-country. This is a place where you can come out and explore all day and not ride the same trail twice if you want. So I'm going to be bringing you a small fraction of it today, because like I said, our main focus is the jump line. But you'll get to see part of it at least. Let's climb. I'm going to speed this section up for you. Alright, so right here, you can drop into Tunnel of Love. This is one of Vail's premier trails, in a lot of people's opinion. It's more of a, I'd say, an all-mountain trail. Very fun, fast, flowy, nothing too technical. We're going to drop into it a little bit later, coming off of a different downhill. But if you don't want to climb anymore, you can stop right here and get in. So here's another spot where you can drop in, and this will take you into Tunnel of Love. I don't know if I necessarily recommend dropping in right here. As you can see, it's kind of nasty. And it's a lot of extra climbing for, not really too much payoff. So if you're gonna keep climbing, climb up to here. You can see where my buddy Alex is going. Little hike a bike section, but then you get to drop into Tarantula, which is a really fun DH. So speed it back up for you. So we're just about at the top of Tarantula now. If you keep going here to the left, you can access a lot of the other Enduro lines. There's Rocky Tops, Ladders, 4114, and then there's more as you keep going down the fire road. So we're bailing out here today just because we did come for the jump line. But if you keep climbing, there's a whole slew of Enduro trails that will definitely challenge you as a rider, and I will bring you those on a different day. So quick hike a bike, we're going to get geared up, and then we'll get going. Alright, so we're on this little peak that leads us into the Tarantula downhill. Just want to give you a quick look at our views here. It's pretty incredible, just kind of looking around and seeing what we've got out here in Temecula. I mean, if this doesn't make you happy, I don't know what will, unless you're not a mountain biker. So you can get a look at some of the other lines that we have to offer out here. You can see some coming down the ridges. And as I said, there are some really fun, fast, gnarly Enduro lines here. We're going to take one of the shorter ones. This one's called Tarantula. If you look at it on Trail Forks, it's a double black. I don't know if I agree with that rating. I'd probably call it a black. It is technical. It's got some tight switchbacks, loosened spots, but it's all very rideable. So I'll talk you through it on the way down.
This one behind me?
Right here. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Tarantula DH. Here we go. Whoa, it's loose. Looser than the last time I was here, that's for darn sure. So like I said, lots of rocky sections. This is one where you just kind of have to trust your bike Know that your bike's gonna do what it was meant to do. Here you have options. I like doing this little rock roll. If you go to the left, I think it's actually harder. Super loose, just kind of drag your back tire right there. Same with this. Oh, too much. Made it. And that, folks, is Tarantula. Super fun downhill. Mildly technical. Actually, pretty technical. If you've never done it, I can see how you end up walking a couple sections in here. While we're waiting for Alex to make his way down, let's talk about what we have coming up next. So next we have Tunnel of Love. This is a fast, flowy, all mountain run. Lots of little whoops, ups and downs. Super, super fun. And once Alex makes his way down, we'll get started. All right, Tunnel of Love, here we go. So I'm bringing you guys a mix of chest and handlebar mounted footage. I'm still debating which one I like better. I think with the handlebars, you get a much better sense of speed. But with the chest mounted, you can kind of see how the bike moves under you. And it's not quite as choppy as the handlebars, even with the Rylo stabilization. I still get a little bit of vibration and bounce from the handlebar, so God, that's fun. I'm still debating. Tell me what you like, leave it in the comments. And that's what I'll stick with. So once again, we're on Tunnel of Love. It's super fun, fast, flowy. You can get your bike off the ground and these little whoops if it's something that you want to do. You can also leave it on the ground if that's what you prefer. It is a little pedally. This is where a dropper post is nice. Oh, so much fun. It's a little soft today, so I'm not going as fast as I normally would. There's a nice little layer on top. Yes. And this place is this one's just fun. If you ever ask anybody about Vail Lake, this is one of the trails they'll talk about. Yeah, dropper post. Ooh, almost lost it on that corner. All right, so we're at our first crossroads. You can go left or right. I like to go right. Left will kind of take you to the other side. Right will keep you along this track. We're just gonna wait a minute for my buddy Alex. Here he is. What do you think so far? Fun, right? This is a place where you can play with a bunch of different lines too. And each line will give you a different experience. We got one quick climb coming up here. Make sure you're ready for it when you do this trail. So I'm gonna wait for a second. Make sure I don't lose my bud. Keep going straight, Alex. Keep going straight. If you take a left there, it'll just bring you to the other side of the mountain. But this stuff's super fun. I really enjoy hitting it. All right, so coming up, there's some little rock drops. Everything can be rolled, but it's fun to air too. Mm-hmm. For your first time, probably roll it. All right. And if we do this again, you'll know. Take a breather first. Good stuff, right?
Fun, yeah. Super flowy.
I love it.
Easy.
You good?
Yep.
All right, here we go. All downhill right now, yeah. Couple little rock drops, nice and easy. Quick little pedal section. So right up here, the trail is going to split, go left. There's kind of a gnarly washed out downhill. There's a rut right down the middle, so just be aware of it. I'll drop. So as I was just telling Alex, a little washed out DH coming up. It's one of those where if you stay out of the middle, you're good. I actually like to hop it though. I think it's fun. And right here you can bail out, or you can climb up this thing, which I prefer to do, because then we get to drop into this right here. And this thing is a blast. Alex didn't make it. So if you're gonna drop into this, I would look at it first. If you stay to the right, it's much easier. The further left you go, the harder it gets. As you can see, there's a little step right in the middle. That's my preference. I like that line. Choose your own adventure. Let's drop in. I would stay to the right for your first one. If you stay to the right, super easy.
And then we just jump back to the field.
Yeah, and then we're just going straight. So I'm gonna drop in right here. We're coming into this thing with a little more speed. It's more fun that way. You can actually, okay. You can catch a little air off that step. Here we go. Yeah. So we just played around with that little drop. That thing's fun. Now we're going to head out to the jump line. So you'll pass a little RC track on the right. It's not a pump track. It's not for bikes.
That's for toy cars?
It's for toy cars. A lot of people ride it. If you ride it, you'll think to yourself, wow, this is really short. This is really small. So that's why. So you can take a left. First left you see past the cars, and that'll take you up to the fire road that parallels the jump line. If you hit the parking lot, you've gone too far. But from there you can just take a left, and it'll put you right back onto the same road. So this jump line is about a half mile long total. For today, we're going to be sticking mostly to the top quarter mile of it. Those jumps are a little bit smaller. They're all tabletops. And if you're a new jumper, I thought it was a snake for a second, or practicing jumping, it's the spot to be. Once we come down, you'll see some of the bigger jumps. I still have a healthy fear of gaps. There's about 3 gaps I'm comfortable hitting. And I might hit the bigger ones one day, who knows. We'll see. Not today. I know that. So this climb is not too bad. You can take it at a pretty good clip. If you are coming up this way, just make sure you don't roll through the jump line. People might be coming down, and that'd be bad. So you can see a couple of the jumps here to the left. That's one of our bigger ones with a gap that I'm not going to mess with. Straight ahead, we have the biggest tabletop here. This one is very much a snow summit size tabletop. It's really fun. It's a longer jump, but it's very doable.
And next to it, there's a nice double that I don't like to mess with. Morning, guys.
Hey, good morning.
So coming up again on the left, a couple more doubles. Oh, a lot of people on the jump line this morning. Guess it's a jump line kind of day. Everybody wants to get better at jumping today, Alex.
What's up?
Said everybody wants to get better at jumping today.
Way to do it. Need a couple pointers before we hit this?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna give you some. We got a little bit more climbing to do first. We'll let these guys go. Morning, guys. Morning, guys.
How you doing?
Fantastic. How are you? So this is where we're going to be stopping. Turning around and climbing back up to hit this a few times. To our right is all the other tabletops. And I'll speed the rest of this climb up for you. For you crazier people, there's a couple really big gaps here. I don't mess with those. For you normal people, this is where you learn how to jump. There's one little gap. It's actually the easiest jump here. Just hit it with speed. If you go slow, you'll have a bad day. I'll be bringing it to you in just a second here.
I don't go fast, so.
No worries. I just got sweat on my glasses, of course. All right, so we're about to drop into we're just going to do the top. We're going to go halfway down, so just stop where I stop, Alex. And then we're going to climb back up. You ready? Speed is your friend. Remember the body position. Let's do it. Cool, so we're gonna do one more. I'm gonna bring it to you chest mounted this time. The first one was handlebar. Like I said, I'm still playing with it. I don't know which one I like better yet. You guys tell me. Everybody ready?
Yep.
Let's do it. I'm still learning how to whip. I'll figure it out. Let's do it. So we're about to hit the bottom of the jump line. I haven't brought you this yet. There are some gaps in here that I don't mess with. Like right here. I just do that. And it's still plenty of fun. But I'm going to hit this tabletop. Then you can actually do a little transfer right here, which is something different. So we're going to head back to the truck, refill, and then come jump some more. So to get back to the trucks, you're basically just going to come back the way you came in, but I'll show you the video. That way, if you're not sure, you won't be getting lost. If you go straight, there's a couple more little jumps. Otherwise, take a ride at this giant tree And you can also access the parking lot from up there. And just kind of follow this back towards those big mountains. And as long as you're heading in that direction, you're going to be in good shape. So straight ahead, we have that downhill we came down earlier. And we're going to pass that little RC park. Just a couple of landmarks for you getting back to the vehicles. And there's a fun little wall ride right here if you're not too beat to hit it after riding all day. You. Did you do the wall ride? It's all right to start. We came down that little downhill earlier. That's the one where I hopped the rut. So just stay on the fire road. Right here we can take a left instead of taking a right into the main fire road climb. And then you can really hop into any of these trails right here. At this point, I'm usually pretty tired. I'm more focused on getting back to the truck than I am on adding some more miles. So I stick to the fire road, take a little break, cool down if you will. And we're going to take this big left right here. We have a little baby climb, followed by a little baby downhill in order to get back to the truck. Seeing a lot of rabbits today. And this is the exact same way we came in. So, if things are looking familiar, you're doing it right. Just make sure you go straight right here. So right here, it's easy to get a little carried away with your speed. Just remember that this is soft. If you've got a fresh rain with some hero dirt, go ahead and go for it. But it sucks to wash out and eat it when your ride's pretty much over. And I've seen it happen many, many times. because it's really easy to just kind of let go of your brakes right there. Just remember that it's soft, especially right here. Like even at that speed, I almost lost my front wheel. Oh. This is where I like to pretend I can wheelie while I'm waiting for my buddies. That wasn't half bad. Alright, so we're back to the vehicles. Fun ride. Bringing my final thoughts shortly. Alright, so we just finished up Vail Lake in Temecula, California. As I was saying earlier, this place is just kind of like a wonderland for biking. I was just talking to somebody else and we were saying, you know, how it really does have everything. You can come out here and do some fun cross-country runs. It has probably the most enduro lines out of anywhere in the area, and it has just such a really fun jump line for beginners, intermediate, and advanced riders alike, depending on which sections you decide to hit. So it really is a great line to come practice on. A couple final thoughts for this place. I'd say most of what we rode in this ride was black to double black. I'm going to give it a fun factor of an 8 out of 10. Just because we did minimize our climbing today. We did a lot of runs on the jump line, and we still got that one enduro run. For technical riding, on the enduro run itself, I would give it an 8, but once you get out of that enduro run, really probably 5 out of 10. And then as far as a cardio burn factor, you wouldn't think it, but with the jump line, you're just doing sprints. And though we only did 13 miles today, our legs are shot. And I'm someone who normally rides in the 18 to 24 mile range. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 on the cardio scale, just because we were doing a bunch of sprints. So come check it out, ride. Make sure you bring $5 in order to get in. Make sure you park in the right place. They do provide you with a little map. It's not the best map in the world. If you have trail forks, use it. If you don't, get it, and it will help you out immensely. So, once again, I'm Chris Wessels with MTB Trail Review. If you want to do this ride, my Strava is linked in the description. Don't forget to like the video and make sure you subscribe for more. See you guys soon.